Hey there, happy Thursday evening. So some of you caught me already today with my Facebook Live or on replay, and I appreciate that, and I love the comments. I even got a hello from my son at college, so that was kind of fun too. So, gosh, I'm getting a glare. Hold on one second. Sometimes my lamps don't. Yeah, I think it's the time of night. So anyway, I will get started. So I want to bring you my card at number 3, my last sneak peek of what's going to be at the open house. And I wanted something kind of that looked Valentine-ish because, you know, Valentine's is coming up. Hey there, Donna. Good to see you. And I think it would be fun to have everybody that's coming to the open house have something a little bit maybe for that occasion. Hopefully somebody has someone to send a Valentine to. And I've really been wanting to get around to using that I always want to call it Sublime. Stampin' Up! Used to have a stamp set kind of similar to this, and I think it was called You're Sublime or something like that, and I never got it. So I always wanted it, and so when this one came out, Submarine Life is the name of the bundle of this one, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it because I regretted it. And what's great this time around is the punch. There's a coordinating punch. So this is going to be one of the 3 projects for the Make and Take at my open house this Saturday in my home from 1 till 5. So hopefully, Donna, I get to see you there. You guys are always so good at coming over for the day. So let me just see if my iPad's caught up there. Yes, it is. Sometimes it throws me off when I do 2 videos in the same day because I'm still wearing the same outfit, and I'll be like, that's my last video that I'm queuing up. But yeah, that's what happens. I thought about changing outfits just so it would look like 2 separate videos today. So that's just me being kind of silly and overthinking it. Okay, so here we have the card up front. Let me get better light on that. Sending oceans of love. And then in the inside, you're sublime, or you are sublime, with some little kind of waves going. And I don't know, like, I kind of like it coming, like overlapping where it's coming out. Those of you that are making it, you get to, you know, make that personal when you come here for my house at the open house day. So you could actually put like you are sublime over farther and then have that coming closer to the letters so that they don't overlap. But I kind of like the way it looked overlapping. But anyway, so the Submarine Life, I'm going to show you that because there's so many great things in here. So there's happy birthday, you are sublime, floating by just to say hi, sending oceans of love, hello, and lots of like sea creatures and different things too. So the other thing that I think is super cool, and I just today added a couple more events or stamp classes. And so as I was working with this today, you know, floating by, you think, okay, you know, floating on the ocean, floating in the water, but think of the sunny days 12 by 12 designer series paper. And I'm like, you know what, how fun would it be to use that with either this design or like this design on there, and that can be the floating by too, like floating by up in the air. Because with that, we have like this little flag here, and I've been seeing people kind of use this to look like a blimp as well. So we've got the little rotor thing here that can be for the marine life or the blimp, and then I think the flag would be better for the blimp, and then this, of course, for the little submarine too. So that can be kind of fun for either way. So I love that that can be kind of universal that way. So where this is found is in the mini catalog here on page 52. And I was torn, like, do I make for my open house cow cards for you guys? Because I know you guys have been loving that too. But on page 52, here's where you see that huge stamp set and the coordinating punch there too. So so that's where that's coming from. And then the paper, here's my card. So this great paper with the hearts and the red and pink kind of, it's kind of like a kitty corner or diagonal plaid there. That is from Celebration. So the Celebration brochure on page 9, this is the Most Adored 12 by 12 paper, and that's the name of it, Most Adored. I'm not saying it is the most adored paper we've ever had, but it's pretty cool. So when that name, every time I say that, it always sounds like I think it's the most adored paper we've ever had. So because I haven't worked on camera for you guys with this, I just want to show you quick all the designs in the free celebration most adored paper, because it is really good stuff, and not only for just like Valentine's and stuff, but like all sorts of special occasions as well. Hi there, Pam and Lisa and Connie and Deb, thanks for joining in. So we've got like the Flirty Flamingo, which is kind of a deeper pink. That's the bolder with the lighter version of that on one side. And then how fun is this? Some like gold foil, just like little splashes across there. So that makes it look pretty special. So this is what I'm using for the card. That's why it's cut up. And then this one I'm using for the card. That's why it's cut up here. But you can kind of see on the 12 by 12 that it is at a diagonal. So at first when I pulled it out, I thought I had my paper crooked in my cutter, but it is kind of at an angle. And then look at the swirls here for that too. So fun gold foil there. And then this is kind of a nice fun swirl here, and then pretty gold flowers there. So kind of a marbled look and on the plain, and then gold foil for the other side. This too is really pretty. I have a shirt kind of that looks like this. Maybe the next time I make a card with this, I should wear the shirt, and then I could coordinate. Maybe you wouldn't even see me. It'd be like, where's Waldo? Okay, how fun is this? So the hearts, and I love that Stampin' Up! Put the hearts this way and this way, because they know we like to cut things and make cards that way. So they did it upside down, but gold foil little hearts. I just love that. Okay, so that's that. And then this one is just little white hearts on the real red. And then some really pretty gold foil flowers here too. So we have that design. And then the last one is just really light hearts. So, and then this one is kind of a plaid. Hopefully your eyes don't go wonky looking at that one, but once again, gold foils. So really, really nice paper here in that packet. So what I love is if you're ordering and go, you know what, I'm not going to get it in time to work with Valentine things, you know, don't we all save paper for later? Or think of all the activities coming up that you could use that specialty gold foiled paper with that as well. So that's kind of fun. Hi, Jody. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Donna. We got a couple Donnas on here. So good. All right. So that's where that's coming from. So let me get this card going for you. So yeah, those of you that are going to venture over for my stamp camp, I think it's kind of fun. Usually I don't get time, and I probably shouldn't be taking the time to show these ahead of time. I should be cleaning my house tonight. Like I have the schedule throughout the week. Tonight is clean your house. So it's already 7 o'clock. How much of my house do you think I'm going to get clean yet tonight? Don't answer that. So with this, then I'm going to get out some smoky slate cardstock here, and I have scored it in the middle there, so it's opening this way. And then what I did next was took a piece of that Most Adored paper, and I just cut it 5.5 by 1.5 inches there. And I'm just going to take and put some adhesive on that, and then that's going to go right along the edge. Sometimes I put it here and put it on like that. Sometimes I open it up. Because of that nice score line there, then it makes it easy for my eyes to go, that's exactly where it should go. So that's easy to put on like so. And then the next two pieces that I want to build up are the Designer Series paper here that I've cut 3 by 4, and then I have Flirty Flamingo that I've cut 3.25 by 4.25, and I'm just going to take my adhesive and attach those two pieces as well. Put those together like so. And then I'm just going to kind of set those pieces aside for now, and I'm going to work on the cute little submarine here. So of course I always have words of advice before I want to work with something that I know that some of you might struggle with, especially if you're a new stamper. So this is a photopolymer stamp set, and I've been bragging about how I love my glass mat for all sorts of stamping, including my photopolymer stamps. So photopolymer means that it's see-through, it's not the red rubber, but where we're still going to maybe run into problems sometimes is when we have an image that is more solid compared to like these little lines. So this one might even give people or myself some problems because it's a little bit more solid. but little ones like that aren't so bad. So what I did is all of these stamps that make up the submarine, I just took, and this is kind of, the mat that I stamp on here is almost like a mouse pad. It's like that neoprene. So I just pretend like this is an eraser, and I give it a good rough up, and I did that with all of these stamps. And what it does, and you can just see the difference in the texture of the stamp after you do that, it just kind of takes off that finish that's the like part of the processing and making the photopolymer stamps, just kind of wipes that off. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow the ink to adhere to the stamp much better than if you don't do that. And then because this is also a more solid stamp, I am going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat just so that we get a really good good image with that. So I'm just going to pull over a 2-inch scrap of basic white, and I'll open up my Real Red ink pad here like so, and I'm just going to ink that up, just tap it. And that's the thing too. Okay, so there, you can see there's going to be edges here, and if you see, like, I don't have any ink here on my edges, I think it would be so great if after even 10 cards at my open house, if people just tapped and didn't squish. Like, the last thing I ever want to see anytime from anyone is an open palm pressing down. Like, there's nice grooves here in our blocks, and so you just tap, and that's got plenty of ink, and that's going to make your stamping more successful because you're not going to get it on the edges and get on your project. For this, it's not the biggest deal, though, honestly, either, because we're going to be punching this out, so that's okay. And then I just have like a strip for the little pieces there too once we get so far. So I'm just going to open up this punch. So we've got the submarine or the blimp, depending on how you want to use it, and then that little propeller and the little top part there. So I'm just going to feed this, and that's why I like to cut these down to about 2 inch, because otherwise you're just going to cut into anything that's larger with those extra pieces, and those are going to fly around. So hopefully my helper has something that this isn't going to stick to all day. Okay, so I've got that, and I'm just going to set that aside. And then what I do is kind of tip this over and go, all right, that little propeller I'm going to stamp out next. Let me switch over my ink pads, and that's going to be Smoky Slate. And so with that, I know, okay, I'm going to kind of feed that in this way. And this is going to be the tricky part because I did mine kind of upside down the first time. So I have the little rounded end is going to go into my punch there. So I want to go this way like so. And so if I had it, whoops, if I had it the other way, then I'd feed it in and I go, oh, okay, that's not going to work. So that's why I want to go this way, like so. And I just am going to feed that in, whoops, like so. There we go. And I'll give that. And then I'm going to take the other little piece here, and that I'm going to go on the other end because it's on the other side of my punch. Like so. Looks like a shower head kind of, doesn't it? Okay, so I've got that, and I'm just going to feed that in like so. All right, and give that a punch. So those are the 3 pieces that make up this cute little set, or the cute punch here. So what I'm going to do next is take and assemble these things, kind of. Well, actually, no. I was trying to think how I did it when I was making my own card, and that wasn't that long ago. Okay, so I'm going to bring this piece back over. Bear with me. Sometimes you'd probably think, okay, does she even know what she's doing even though she made the card? Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. About 1. Actually, this is maybe what I want to do is... okay, yeah, I'm just going to put dimensionals on. If I overthink it, then, because I was like, maybe I should do it different. Maybe I'll have more success if I do it differently than I did the first time. But I'm just going to put these on. And you know what? My card turned out, and I want it to be simple for you guys too. So I'm going to put this on, and maybe just a little bit more on this side over so we have room for that. And then I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. And these are, and I always think Stampin' Up! Knows what they're doing. These are like the perfect, let me pull off this top and I'll show you close up. Like these are the perfect size here. Like that mini dimensional fits right there on that little piece that looks like a shower head. So they know what they're doing as far as allowing just enough space for these little mini dimensionals. So I'm going to put those on. And then this I can just tuck right then underneath the back end there of my submarine. And then this is going to go right up out of the top like so. So that just goes together like so. I was trying to maybe even get dimensionals like to attach to that, but I'm like, you know what, this works and it's simple, and especially for those that maybe might get stressed by just having 3 pieces to put together with a punch, that might be enough, but I love that. Okay, so now this is ready to attach to my card front. And just to give it some lift here, I am going to put some more dimensionals on the back side of that, because I always feel like it kind of just looks a little bit more special, and it kind of shows off the paper a little bit more for the layers too when I do that. And I'm just going to kind of center that and just make sure that that's even there. And now we've got that. And then I just want to put on one of the sentiments, and I chose that sending oceans of love, because for Valentine's, like that works out perfect. And in the set, there is happy birthday. I think that would still, like if you were giving this card in August, sending oceans of love, and inside it said happy birthday, I don't think the recipient would say, well, what are they doing sending me a Valentine card in August? No. So I think that's pretty fun just because it is ocean themed. That makes it totally fine. All right, so for this, this is just a 1/2 inch strip of basic white. I don't think it matters that I had it backwards, but just for ease. And because this is photopolymer, it's so nice to just line that up and see exactly where it's going to stamp out. Then I'm just going to snip that. So no fancy cutting or anything. I'm just going to leave that lengthwise like so. And then of course, we love to use these edges. Please say you love to use the edges. So on this, I'm just going to cut the narrow little pieces here and stick that on there. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more off an edge. These just work out so nice for long greetings like that. So the narrower edges and the more thick edges, those both work for the back of a 1/2 inch strip. Thank you, Tabitha. And so for this, I'm going to kind of have it sitting over the edge a little bit like so. So sometimes what happens then is it might want to like go down a little bit, and it still might stay popped up. If that's something that bugs you, well, then you just take another dimensional here and just kind of tuck that underneath here, because we've already got dimensionals under the pink layer, and now we've got dimensionals on the white. So technically there are like 2-dimensional height right there. So now if I put a second one there, it's going to be the same height like so. So for those of you that have a little OCD, that's totally fine, and that's how you fix it. For others, you might go, yep, one and done, and it all is well. So we have that. And then for the embellishment, I forgot I was saving these, you guys. Don't we all save embellishments? But you'll laugh at the reason why I'm saving these. So these have been, they came out in last year's catalog. They've been around for a while. Now they're in the annual catalog, and they're the pastel adhesive back sequins. There were some blue ones, there were gold ones. So we've used up all the blue. And what I was doing was saving these for Valentine projects. Like, oh, this is the perfect like pink for Valentine. I still have a little bit of gold left, but there's the larger and the smaller ones. So I'm just going to add a couple. So like one of each size. So I'm going to put like a larger one kind of like here, and a smaller one right about there. So it can almost look like bubbles. on there. So just kind of a fun way to accessorize, and that does catch the light and sparkle a little bit too. Just the way the paper lined up, like this one was kind of in between the hearts, which I liked, but I felt like it'd be up too high or maybe down too low. I suppose I could have put them there, but kind of wanted them in that same spot there for that. All right, and now I'm just going to get my gold pieces back on there. Set those aside and work on the inside. So that's where I wanted to center the You Are Sublime. Like I said, you know what I could do for this one? I could put it a little bit more off to the side. So for those of you just joining in, I was showing how I have the words centered and then the little gray streams coming off of that. But for some of you, you might go, nope, you should put it here off to the side. And then so that's with the real red. And then with the smoky slate, get those streams kind of going right off the words like so. So maybe in the comments, tell me, do you like the words centered, or do you like the words off to the side? I kind of, you know what? I thought I liked that until I did that. So I kind of think this one might be my favorite or not. So chime in with what you think you like for that. And maybe I'll have both of these as an option for showing. Sometimes for cards, when I'm using different greetings, I will have the card open and I'll just have my white piece, like a couple of white pieces on my clip, so people can see the different variations. So kind of fun that way. And this way too, if somebody doesn't get theirs over and sees that the gray is over top, that's okay too, because we're not all perfect stampers. Believe me, I'm not. So hopefully you have enjoyed seeing this Submarine Life bundle in person. Like I said, I was super excited to start working with it. And I love how pairing it with that Valentine paper actually worked. Like I was thinking about how can I make that work? Will it look silly or not? But I don't know. It just kind of happened and it came together. And I think any of the papers in there, you could use the different pinks and the reds, and it would all work out to look like that too. And I'm anxious to do different colors too. Like my grandson, I thought, oh, it'd be so fun to like do blues and things for him like that. Just because it is kind of a kiddish set, but I tend to love the cutesy stuff, and anything that has a punch too is always a bonus as well. So I'm signing off for tonight. Guess what's on my schedule for tomorrow? Tomorrow I am baking. I have a whole list of like these recipes, and sometimes I just bake until I run out of time or ingredients. Because at the end of my open house, I usually have so many leftovers that I divvy out because I over bake. And my mother-in-law, bless her heart, she called this afternoon and said, can I make my special parishka? And anybody that's of Mennonite descent, they're little like pies, and they're very labor intense. And she's making like 50 of them. And her biggest concern is, I hope people know to just take one so that everybody gets one, and because they're that special. So I thought that was always so cute, but she is making those. So I know like I probably can whip out 4 pans of bars to her little batch of the parishka, or big batch, I guess. I really appreciate that. So that is something for you guys that are coming to my open house, that you can look forward to her treats too, because she is quite a baker and that is her love language. She loves serving and making food, so that ties in perfect. So hopefully I'll see you Saturday. I don't think I'm going live tomorrow unless it's to show you a messy kitchen. So take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.